JR put my bag somewhere. Hello, friends. We will be right with you. Hello and welcome. Happy Monday to all of you. I am just going to be getting my act in order here so that we can go live on both YouTube and Facebook, and I can check it out to see who's with us today. Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to L&J Goods. I'm Lynn, and Shirley's here. She's going to hang out for a minute, I think. Just a minute. She's ready to go home. Megan is on a vacation this week, so I'm doing the whole thing myself, trying to create and answer comments and all of that. So I would invite you folks, if you are a friend of L&J Goods and you are in this, either in the chat on YouTube or on Facebook in the comments, go ahead and share a link if you find one. I am working on doing a collection, so I'm going to be adding that to the pinned comment on Facebook, and I'll add it to the description on Facebook, and then I'll go ahead over on YouTube and add that into the description box there as well, and I'll probably throw it in a comment too. So hello and welcome, and let's see if we have anybody that's interested in creating some incredible anthropology inspired artwork. Let's see who we have with us. If you were in our text group, you got a notification that I'd be going live, and you also got a little sneak peek of what I was going to be working on today. So I had been totally just so excited. There we are, and hello. Okay, we've got some people popping on. Hey, Jill. Hi, Jessie. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you. We have Judy, Jill, Jessie, and Melissa Jacobson. All the J's are with us today over on Facebook. So let's check in on YouTube and see what's happening there. I very often, I come in on a Monday and then I think, what am I going to do? I kind of have an idea, because yesterday, every now and then I just poke around on some of my favorite inspiration websites, or I flip through magazines or whatever to try to just get inspired to do something a little fun and different. And I stumbled upon, it's going to be loud. Oh, no, it's not. I stumbled upon the Anthropology site and started looking at the artwork. And oh my goodness, I chose 4 pieces of art from that collection, and I kind of put them all together, and oh my gosh, what a beautiful collection, what a beautiful gallery that makes. So today I'm going to take one of those, and you'll see all of those pictures in the post that I did earlier on Facebook. And if you're in the text group, you'll see it there. I didn't get time to throw it up here on our switcher so that you could see it. But there's Patrice and Corrine. Thank you so much for sharing, Corrine. There's Stephanie. Be sure, ladies. Hi, Karen, Leslie, Kim. Hi. I'm so happy to see you guys here. Thank you so much. Hi, Tony. And oh my gracious, all of you are here. All of our L&J Goods favorites and more. So we are over on Facebook. I shared a picture of those four pieces of artwork, and then in the text group I shared the piece of artwork that I was going to be doing today. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but do you see this, you guys? See this piece right here? Look at that. right? A beautiful vase of flowers, which is so naively created, and I just thought, you know what, there's going to be a way to do that, and I think I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to try to figure it out today. So I actually I'm starting with an old piece of art. This is chalkboard art. I'm going to paint right over this, and every time that I look at this painting, or whoever gets it, there will be a reminder underneath the layers of paint that to let all that you do be done in love. So those words aren't going anywhere. They're just getting covered by something else beautiful. So Jane Brown is here. Hello, California. There's Cindy. Laura Hall. Hi there. Oh my gracious, you guys. I just love seeing all of your names pop up. I really, really do. I just get such a tickle to know that you're showing up. Somehow I think you will create brilliance. Lisa, you're giving me an awful lot of credit. Well, so let's get started, and I'm gonna pop the camera down, but first let me tell you that L&J Goods is in Medina, New York. I'm trying to get this info out there right at the get-go because so many people then message like, where are you located? Where can I find you? So you can find us in Medina, New York. We are a brick and mortar shop between Buffalo and Rochester, not far from Canada, and I mean really just 45 minutes from the Canadian border, and we would love to have you stop by. We do free demos on Saturdays here at 11, from 11 to 11:30. If you pop in, you will see a free demo of one of the products that we do. And this past Saturday, we shared Fusion Mineral Paint. I painted an entire little piece of furniture with one sample jar. And all the ladies that were here, every one of them went home with a sample jar of Fusion so that they could paint something at home. So that's just one of the little bonuses you get for stopping in on a Saturday between 11 and 11:30. You can also find us at lnjgoods.com. Now is my commercial ready. Thank you guys, and don't forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like, comment, share, do all those things that literally cost us a second of our time and helps us in ways that you cannot imagine. So, yes, it's a wonderful little town, isn't it? Hello, Danielle. Hello, Peggy from Florida. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, you did hear Shirley. Lisa Avery says hello. Okay, so let's flip the camera down, and you saw my inspiration piece, so I'm gonna go ahead and start just putting a background on here, and I chose some colors that I thought could work on this background. JR has my Bohemian Blue. Doggone it, because that's what I was first thinking of using, but then it's like, you know what fun would that be to just paint something straight out of the bottle, right? We want to kind of mix it up and make something wonderful and pretty all on our own. So I have Hay Sailor here, and I have Farm Fresh. We'll see where this is going to go. Okay, and I just got well, let me grab, this is our Little Dipper paintbrush, and I just want to start getting some of this paint on here, and you can see I'm picking up both of them, and I'm just mixing these together on my background.
It's a nice brush.
It's a beautiful brush, Shirley. You haven't used these yet, have you? They're really nice. Yeah. Now, some of this is erasable chalk that's under here. Hello, Susan, and hello, Diane from Massachusetts. But this is erasable chalk, so I'm just it's going to just mix right in with this paint. And I'm literally just doing my Claude Monet sort of like impressionist sort of thing, I guess. I am just slapping paint on here. You guys, you can see it's not anything difficult. Not anything difficult at all. Hello, Lori Hamill. Hey, question. Can I paint my metal patio table and cushion? Yes. Yes. Lisa, of course you can. I did a live not too long ago with I decoupaged the top of the patio table, and then I decoupaged the chair seats. But I have actually used Fusion Mineral Paint to paint my fabric covered, like my fabric patio chair cushions, and it's worked great. It's really worked out well. The thing you want to keep in mind is you want to sand that paint after it dries. Do a few coats or however many you need for the coverage you desire, and then you'll want to sand it lightly to smooth that texture down, and then you can go ahead and even apply a soft wax, like a Fusion wax or the Debbie's DIY clear wax to give it a kind of a leathery feel, if that makes sense. Okay. Hi, Tracy. Oh yeah, Fusion is great for outdoor. It really is. We've done so much. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So, I mean, look at how this, I know Shirley's like,
determined to dump it.
Shirley's so sure that I am going to dump this. My water, my paint. I'm a mess, you know. I am literally a mess when I paint. So this is interesting. I don't typically do this type of painting with Debbie's DIY paint because it lightens as it dries, and I always am a little, like, I get a little weirded out thinking like, oh no, now I've got to figure out like what's it going to look like when I do put a finish on it, and because it dries lighter, and oh, I don't know if I can make this work. And okay, so I think that's kind of pretty so far. Even if some of the letters are shown in the background, I don't mind. But what I do want to do is I feel like it needs a little pop of something. So maybe a little mermaid tail. And whoops, look at that. I had this little bit of mermaid tail in here. I don't know if that, nope, it's not soaked up enough. Could you get me some, bring me like old 57 mermaid tail. I know there's none in there, Shirley.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have to grab them off the shelf. But this was kind of dried up at the very bottom, but I don't want to waste it, so I just threw some water in there, and that'll kind of reconstitute after about 24 hours. I'll shake that up really good tomorrow, and it'll be just fine. All right, so yeah, I'm feeling like it's got to have a little brightness in there. So let's go with some old 57. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of that out and see. Yeah, see when I mix that in, it really does. I want some lightness to this, and again, it's not going to be exactly what it looks like in the Anthropology Inspired, or the Anthropology piece. Absolutely it's not, because you know, no matter what, you can try to match it exactly, but each of us has our own technique. We're all working with different colors than the original artist did, and so it's never going to look the same. Never, ever. Like, I can literally tell you, give you this supply list and tell you everything that I've used, and then also, this is a great brush for blending.
Yeah.
Walk you through step by step, and it will never look exactly like mine or like the next person's. And you know why that is? It's not because I'm any better or worse than you are at painting. It's because these are my hands and this is my heart and this is what I'm using to paint with. And so your hands and heart are going to create something even more beautiful and personal to you. Okay, let's see. How are you ladies over on YouTube doing? I see Janine is here. Hello, Patrice. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot going on here. So let's get this on here because we got to do a little bit of drying with this between layers, because I'm going to be working with transfers and I'm going to be working with stamps. I'm going to take my peony stamp and I'm just gently brushing over that to kind of smooth it out. And I am going to stamp some of those peony shapes on here, and then I'll paint them in. I'm going to be stamping them with mixing white because I only want the outline, and I don't want it to show up dark on here. And then I'm just gonna, just like we did when we were kids, I'm just gonna fill it in, kind of like paint by number. If I go out of the lines, it's gonna be okay. As this dries a little, we can get a really nice blend on this as we go back and forth. And so that kind of minimizes some of the splotchy areas. But if you like splotchy, that's okay too. You guys, I'm totally in the zone right now. I love doing this more than probably anything. I really do. So as this dries, I am able to work that paint just a little bit and get it blended out. All right, anybody have any questions over what brush is this? Karen, this is the new Debbie's DIY Little Dipper. And I gotta tell you what, it is like a makeup brush. It's so soft. But there's several different ones, and each of them are just as soft can be. So today, I've been using them on furniture, but I thought today, let me just work with this on here. Since they are so soft, they're great for blending. And then after this, I won't use them again on this particular piece, but I will use some artist brushes. All right, I like my background. If I want to, when I'm done, I can always go back and add a little bit more color. All those layers upon layers that you add, even after you put a finish on this, are going to just add more beautiful dimension to our piece of art. You know what I didn't get? Is I didn't get any, I need a finish, like Big Top or Fusion or whatever. Yeah. And let me grab my little heat gun. Oh, heat gun, where are you? Been trying to use this heat gun a little bit more, but it doesn't have good air. So I'm sorry, I gotta use this. And why am I not? Oh my gosh. It always helps, you guys, to plug in your tool. This will dry pretty quickly. I'm gonna give you that to explain this thing. Okay, let's see. You know what, Jessie, I agree. They're really great little brushes, aren't they? I love them. Beth, that is so sweet, thank you. I almost didn't look so cute when I nearly forgot to put my eyebrows on today. before I went live. Beth, you would have been, it would have been like, whoa. I know there would have been comments like, are you okay? Are you feeling sick? Amy Schmidt, a torrential downpour. Oh, we do need the rain. Yeah, we do need it. It's been kind of dry this summer. It really has. But it's good to have you here. Mary Casey, I usually use a synthetic brush. And like the Debbie's brushes are great to use with Fusion. And then we have a whole range of brushes from kind of more budget-minded, like the zebra line, to the really like super deluxe Stallmeister 1 brushes, which are, they're like $75 for one brush. But if you are a serious furniture painter and love using really, really wonderful tools, like, I don't let anybody touch those, right? I literally, if I see anybody reach for one, I'm like, step away from my brushes. You can't use that, especially you, right, Cheryl? Oh. So I think that, it's funny when you think about how, like even with chalk paint, how it used to be like, oh, natural bristles, that was the way to go. Well, they have developed, meaning the brush people, I guess, they have developed some of the most incredible,
Is that gonna work?
Yep, that'll work. I just need a little cup, Shirley.
Yep.
Behind that circus lady. Now it's like the synthetic brushes that are created are so beautiful, and they just seem to do the job better. Because what we're learning is especially with now I need one of my little short stubbies.
Here?
No, in the closet there. There's also, look, Debbie, over to the right, I think there's a little short, the Perfector, or I'm not sure what the name of it is. Do you see it? No? Not there? Yeah, that one will work. That'll work. Yep. But anyway, we're finding that we can create an even more flawless and brush stroke-free finish when we use a synthetic brush, if that is your vibe. So I'm just going to quickly get a coat of sealer on this, and I'll tell you why. We are going to be adding transfers over this chalk paint. And I'm also going to stamp over it, but I don't mind if the ink doesn't sink down into the paint, because I'm going to be using that ink and the stamping just as a way to create some quick outlines, and then I'm going to paint those in. So I just want to randomly get this on here. And this is a beautiful blending brush. Shirley, be careful with that brush.
I'm gonna put it in my purse.
Glad you don't have to do your eyebrows so far. Oh Lord, I'm telling you. My eyebrows have all but disappeared on me. They really have. Okay, so we're gonna do one more quick dry. Lisa, I know you're way up north in the Adirondacks, but just the other day, I said to JR, you know what, I can't wait for October when we can go to the Adirondacks. Because we go every year in October, and it is truly one of the best weeks of our life together. We always look forward to it. You know why? There's very limited Wi-Fi, and we totally disconnect. We do.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Yeah. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. Klingon are great brushes. I have used them, yeah. Hi, Jean. Hello. How are things out in Arizona? All right, what's happening over on YouTube? Hello, Leslie. Look at all you guys that are over here. You make me happy. All saying hi to each other. You're all making friends. Leslie Johnson. The Pacific Northwest hasn't had much smoke this year, thankfully. Oh my goodness, we really had an impact from those wildfires up north of us, right? Not from the ones out in Alberta, but more Quebec and north of us. I always challenge myself, like, can I get this done in an hour? Can I? Everybody's saying hi. Oh my gosh, we better not lose power. Gilly, where's the storm in the next town over? Tell me.
Getting pretty windy out there.
Is it? We really got, yeah, wow. Okay.
Pretty bad.
Okay, well, this area is not quite dry, but that's okay because that's going to be kind of up at the tippy top. So let's, I'm going to start to think about where I want my vase, and then we're gonna kind of figure out where we want our floral pieces and what we want behind it. So, I know one other thing you can grab me. Door number 11, I think, or 12. A piece of white chalk. Oh my gosh, what would I do without you guys? Seriously. So this is IOD's peony stamp. And our inspiration photo, or artwork, truly was like very naively rendered. It didn't have a lot of detail in it. So that's what we're kind of going for. These are ginormous, so I don't want really big ones. So I might do this one and do it like 2 different ways, and then like do like 3 peonies there. I think that's what I'm going to do. So then I want to think about the placement of my vase first. So I try to think in thirds here, and I want my bouquet to like land up in this upper third, right? So and my vase, it's going to kind of come down a little bit into this lower third. I'll have some sweeping down of it. Shirley, can you hit the just the little mouse pad there?
Here?
Yep. And just see, there you go. I got to look at my picture. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that's a little more square, but I'm going to kind of sketch out and this vase, you guys, I mean, you cannot get any simpler than this. We give it just, if you work with chalk, it's like, so let me start down there. All right. And then, okay, so this will be my vase, and then it'll have some lines like down like this that all kind of come together here. All right, so already we have a nice shape there. I know you guys probably cannot see that really well. Let's see if I can bring this down a little. You see that? Oh my goodness, it's raining everywhere in the Northeast. Okay, so now we want a big old fluffy peony right there. And I want this to kind of come down here, and then I'm going to do another fluffy peony like over in here, I think. So I'm going to kind of wait and see how that goes. I might layer one here and do something different up here. I don't know for sure. Maybe, yeah, maybe there, maybe like that, and then another one up here. I'm looking at like about how many different shapes there are, and we'll go for it. Okay, so I need to think for a second. I think I'm going to stamp these on here right now, just so I have an idea of where my major flowers are going to be. All right, and so let's grab some mixing white. And again, you guys, I've never done this before. We're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab my mixing white, and I just want to lightly put that here. All right, and then I want to lightly, I think I might just use this one again. I'm just going to lightly put it here. And it just is giving me an idea about my flower shapes and where they're going to fall. And then I'll come in and I will, I'm going to just paint them in. I should have used erasable chalk. That's what I should have done. I think I will. Well, okay. No, I'm not. I'm not at this point. All right. So I'm only doing this flower bud. See that? I'm not doing the stem or that. I can always fill that in later, but I want that there. Okay. And boy, I was really hoping for more of a rosy kind of shape, but this is bird blossoms and blooms and blah blah blue 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 blue. But I guess since we're going with the peony look, we're gonna go with the peony look. So we'll make it work. Okay, we're just gonna make it work.
It'll turn out beautiful.
I hope so. And I'm gonna do one up there. And then all the rest of this we'll just fill in with some sprays and branches and all of that kind of thing. We just need our baby wipes. Clean those off. Okay. Mona Lisa had no eyebrows, I know, and didn't she look so weird? Suzanne Bauscher, thank you so much for the stars. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this peony stamp is incredible, isn't it? Okay, so do you always use an odd number of flowers? You know what, I think that's good. I think it might not be an odd number of flowers, but it might be an odd number of like focal points, right? So at this point, we're just going to kind of go for it. And I am using our Whispering Willow, and I grabbed, actually, I'll probably use Wander. I have a bunch of little scraps from Wander, and so I'm just looking for like these kind of little pieces. Well, maybe not. Maybe I will go with Whispering Willow. Let me go back here.
Do you need scissors?
I do need scissors, Shirley. Why would you ever think that I needed scissors? That's fine. Thank you. So you could also go in and kind of hand paint these, but I thought, oh, I like the shapes of these flowers, these leaves right here that Lexi did, so I'm just going to cut those out and see what we can do with them. All right. I kind of like that. So I'm just choosing elements that I think could potentially work in my piece. And again, I'm just using some scraps that are left over. So Patrice, you mentioned like what kind of flowers or how many, but look I think I might grab a few of these because they work with my color palette. I don't know that I'm going to use them for sure, but I might. Okay. Let me
pouring.
Is it pouring? Oh gosh, we'll hear it in a minute, won't we? So let's take that. We'll try to do this before we lose any power. Oh, I hope we don't. Okay. The melange paint inlays are black and white if you wanted to paint something. Absolutely, yeah, that could be beautiful if that was the look you were going for sure. Here's some more pink. Oh, you know me, I love my pinks and blues. And these may just potentially be just little accent pieces. Cheryl, if you want, you can head out. You don't have to.
You're all set.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We want you to get home safely and all of that stuff. All right, if I need anything, I can grab it. Alrighty, so let's, I'm gonna look at my inspiration piece again here, and I am going to, I think I'm just gonna like cut a few of these leaves out, just so I can get a feel for where they would potentially go. I kind of like sending some up that way. And maybe like that. Because you guys, I can always layer in later if I need to, but I kind of like that too. And I might just stick with that right now, and then come back in with some other leafage a little bit later on. So I have my like 3 nice areas of foliage here, but I'm also wanting to, I want something coming up there. So let me trim that. It's kind of like, you know, when you get a bouquet from Trader Joe's or the grocery store, wherever you get, you know, Walmart or whatever. And if you take those bouquets apart and look at all those elements on their own, you can like recreate them into these beautiful new bouquets. All right. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is I'm taking these floral compositions and pulling them apart and then putting them together in a different way. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get these on here. Oh, hey Cheryl,
Yeah.
I know one thing that you can get for me.
Yeah.
That would be a sticky stick, right?
Sticky.
The transfer books don't have much foliage. Well, I don't know. I think that a lot of them do. I think you've got some really good basics like the Franz, which has some great foliage in it. And I cut that all apart too. So it might not all look like ferns, you know? Okay, bye, Sir. I cannot believe that it's already It's already like 2:15. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to do that. Now, mine isn't going to look exactly like the Anthropology Inspired one, but I'm looking at it more for the colors, for the layout. Okay. Shirley left. The gray one's on the bottom. Sorry you're late. Nina. You are a trip, girl. Good thing Megan's out of town, or she would have your hide, right? You would be called down to her office so fast, you wouldn't even have time to think of an excuse, Nina. All right, there we go. And let me get these guys on here, because I'll just paint right over these leaves. And I gotta tell you guys, when I work quickly, I tend to sometimes I get the best result when I'm doing artwork or paintings like this. We're going to be doing a lot of exploration into layers and some beautiful techniques. I'm going to wait and put this one on later. At our Ohio retreat, I know the tickets are already selling, and we are exploring journal pages, and I'm so excited. It's going to be incredible. It really is. All right, so now I have... And look, yeah, you know what? I'm going to use one of Miss Sally's pieces here too, just to throw in something a little different. All right, but we might do that later as well. Okay, so now we have our. You can see how we're beginning to build that bouquet out. All right, and now I'm going to grab my other paint and get some colors on here. All right, so I'm going to kind of use these shapes just as a little bit of inspiration. So I'm going to just pull out a little white swan. Come on, you. Come on, you. It's going to come squirting out all at once. You watch. Ugh, I'm always so afraid. Okay. Oh, there we go. Broke that seal. There we go. And I want a little cowgirl coral. And I think I'll just grab a little petticoat pink. We want some petticoat pink. We really don't need a lot of this paint. I am pulling out way too much, you guys. A little goes a long way. And I think a little kissing booth. I mean, my goodness, look at all these colors together. Oh, they're so gorgeous. All right. And I also have some cherry picked here because I don't use it enough, and it's a beautiful, deep, contrasting color. It's got that really deep burgundy in it. Okay, so I'm keeping an eye on my inspiration picture here, and then I'm just gonna grab some old brushes. I'm not using any kind of fancy brushes here. Just got my box of brushes. Oops. Okay, so I am looking at, remember I kind of have two here, and I have a little bit of darker something here. So I'm literally just going to begin to, it doesn't even matter if I'm filling in these flower petals exactly the way they are. It really does not matter. Because in the end, because of their color and because of the general like shape, and we know that, oh, it's something in a vase, they must be flowers, that they don't have to be like perfect flowers. They really don't. So I'm just gonna kind of let my paints mix a little bit here. And again, I'm just kind of winging it here. I don't know what this is gonna turn out like, but we're just gonna go for it and try to create something that looks pretty. And then we'll come back to that in a second. And we'll just kind of give it a little bit more detail. But now I'm just using my same old brush. I want to do a little bit of pink up here. So sorry guys, I know I'm not paying attention to the comments, but I'm like in the zone now. And you know what? Even if there is a little bit of that white chalk or the mixing white showing in the background, that's okay with me. I just think it adds even more kind of interest and texture. But you can see how loosely I am kind of endeavoring this whole thing. Okay. I think that kind of looks like a flower. A little bit, right? Let the good times roll. Yeah. Yeah, Betty, I do. I sometimes I feel like I'm alone, but then it's like I'm talking to all of you guys, so you know, you're here, and that's cool. So tell me, you guys, does this look like a flower here at all? Could it pass for kind of some kind of a impressionistic flower? I think it could, right? From a distance. All right, so now we want this one. I have no idea what kind of flowers these are. I thought at first they were going to be roses, but I don't know. We'll just make up a beautiful name for them. I thought they were going to be peonies, but they certainly don't look like peonies anymore. It looks like something exotic and tropical. Oh, Liz, I'm so glad. Yes, you guys all have a pass this week. I got a text from her last night. Of course, she's in three time zones away, but I just got a text from her at 11 last night. Just said, I miss you. Like, I know. I miss you too. So at this point, I am leaving a little bit of space between my flowers so that they're kind of defined between those flower petals. And I brought all of them like to a central point right there. All right, and so now let's just add a little bit of shading. And again, we're just literally popping this color in here. And because I already have some of that white on the brush, it just looks like I know what I'm doing. It's just blending so nicely. And again, we're doing a very kind of naive look here. You know what, Betty, if I start to like answer myself, that's when we could get into a little bit of color or trouble. Not that I don't do that too. So I guess what I'm saying is, you guys, as long as you have a mid-tone, a light highlight color, and a deeper color, you can create a very, not realistic, but a passable form on your canvas or on your artboard. And I like a little bit of that background showing through. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. So let's go over here and let me pick up just a touch of that. This is cherry picked. So I want to get some of this in here. Honest to goodness, I do not know what direction this is going in here, this particular flower. Because I don't know what it is. It's just a flower in my imagination. I'm picking up a little bit of that kissing booth. And if you just kind of smash your brush around, I'm telling you, it's like, as long as you're working with just all these same colors and you don't try mixing in a green with this and make mud, see, all of these colors work together. So if they're on the brush, it's all gonna just add more interest to what I got going on in here. Okay, and then we'll just do a tiny little bit of white just to add highlight, and we will come back in okay. Pretty. All right, lovely flowers. Thank you, Tommy. Looks like Rosa Sharon. Yeah, Cheryl, it does kind of, doesn't it? It does, you're right. They're called Elangia. Thank you, Mary. Did we just name a flower after me? Oh my gosh. We got 79 people watching. Thank you, you guys, over on YouTube. I just so appreciate it. I'm telling you right now, never would have ever imagined the day that somebody would just like hang around and watch me paint. Isn't that the funniest thing? Okay, so we're just gonna throw a little bit of deeper shading into the center of this. And then we'll come over here and we'll work on a little bit of highlights over here. Today's the kind of day, it's raining, I don't want to go anywhere, so I just want to keep painting. And who is it? Cheryl always reminds me, you know what? Tim Holtz goes live for like 3 hours. Not that I want you guys to hang around for 3 hours, but it is sometimes, it's just fun to watch somebody paint, right? I've said it before, Bob Ross really knew what he was doing. Okay, so there we go. That looks pretty. And as long as I am looking from a distance, and another thing that I do is kind of squint my eyes to see if I can see the deeper tones compared to the highlight tones. Like when I look at this, I feel like it needs a little more darkness. So again, I'm not copying that piece that I saw on Anthropology. I'm merely inspired by it because there is no way that I could absolutely recreate or copy that painting of the original artist. But what I am inspired by is the color palette. I'm inspired by the arrangement. Okay, so there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So let me get a little bit more. There's little pink somethings that kind of go out this way, and I don't know what they are. Maybe it's Snapdragon. I don't know. Do I like the way that looks? Nah, I don't. So guess what? I just get rid of it. And maybe I'm not ready to work right there right now, but I am ready to do this guy here. This is Cowgirl Coral. Again, I'm bringing all those petals like to a center point where they all grow out from. Leslie, why are you shocked? What happened? What happened? What did I do that shocked you? All right, so there we go. We need a little bit of shading down in here. I had a wonderful interview with Dion, the Turquoise Iris, and that we met via StreamYard on Friday, and she'll be sharing a podcast where we just kind of talked about all things being in a business and what it's been like and where my inspiration comes from and all of that stuff. Kind of took a direction I didn't expect it to go in, but I'm so glad that it did because it ended up being a lot of fun. All right, let me take just a touch of this, and I'm going to just bring just a couple little pops of this. I don't know why, but I just feel like I need more of this color over on this side. And I think it'll all work, right? Okay, so this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this color here up into here. And let me get some help from my Birds Blossom and Blooms, one of my all-time favorite stamps. I'm going to tell you right now, I love this stamp. I use it and use it and use it. So I'm going to spread this out a little bit and then just whoops. Okay, let's do this. And I'm going to do one up here. And then I think we'll just do one of these little guys. Yeah, there's a lot of things Lynn can't do, by the way. CJHO11Y. There's a lot I can't do, I promise you. Don't have me, said it before, don't have me do your brain surgery or any surgery for that matter. Please don't hire me to fix your car. I'm not good at that. I'm terrible at finances. Ask my husband. So yeah, there's a lot that Lynn can't do. I promise you. You guys want me to see this through? Are you because I just want to keep painting. Okay, so now we got a little bit of that orange going on there. And next thing we need is just some white. Let's take some white with maybe a little bit of that Hey Sailor. And let me at least get some things going here, some shapes going. These could be potentially like salvia, could be like some, I don't know. Some larkspur, delphinium. We don't know what it is. We just know that it's pretty. Corrine's got 68 miles to go for till Milwaukee, so to keep going. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, Corrine. I hope you're just listening, Corrine, and not watching while you're driving, unless somebody else is driving. So the fun thing about this too is that like I can come back to this even tomorrow and add other details if I feel so inclined, you know? That's what's so awesome about this style of painting. And you can see it is seriously just like painting when you're in grade school, right? Lily of the Valley, yeah, it could be. Absolutely. I don't know what these are, but they really don't have to be anything. They can just be in my imagination, right? They don't have to be anything. All right. Okay, so I think that's probably going to be it. I might come in here and darken this up because I just feel like it needs to be a little darker in here, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let me grab some dark green, maybe a little gypsy green, and paint in a few more like leaves, leaf-ish kind of shapes. They're kind of in the background. Actually, that should be darker. but I don't have any black paint out right now, so I'm just kind of using what I have. But I might need to get some because it's kind of driving me crazy. It's kind of driving me crazy. I need a little bit of dark contrast in here. So I think I might have to get some of that. Hold 1 second. I'm going to try to get this done in another 15 minutes. Black velvet. A little weathered wood. Let's try just a bit of weathered wood. Of course, half my paint is downstairs. That's good. Oh yeah, see, it needed that darker like contrast. I might even darken up these leaves a little bit. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. JR is working on a really cool cupboard piece over at the barn that I'm excited about. He's such a good builder, he really is. But see how that just darkens up? And I feel like it really needed that darker contrast. Don't you? Don't you agree? It needed that pop of like dark right there. And I keep going back to my inspiration picture, see what that's looking like, just to basically figure out like my shapes and like after this dries here, where I will come in and highlight even more with more white there. Okay, that's good. This guy needs something to attach to. The dark adds just the contrast it needs, doesn't it, Patty? Yep. If we keep in mind like our color, or like those shadows and light areas, that's what ends up making our painting kind of have a little more realism to it. Even when we're painting very impressionistically or abstractly, you still need those the deep colors and the bright colors, the light shades. All right, so now for the pièce de résistance. For right now, I will come in and I will continue to add some other like deeper shades and glazes and I don't know, do I want, I almost think that that's enough in there, or do I want to add, what do you think, you guys? I almost think I'd like to add a little bit of Lexi's what do you think? What do you think? I think that could kind of look good. Oh, look at that. I almost cut that exactly the shape that I needed right there, but I don't know. It might be too much light against light right there. So, I don't know. I don't know. This is where you have to know when to stop. What do we think? I like it. I do like that there. All right, so even though I did not put a sealer over this, I'm hoping I can get this on here. Yep, look at that. And I like the scribbly pencil mark there. Yep. Above the rose. Which is the rose? I don't even know what. I thought we were naming these completely different varieties. Hello, Susan. It's good to see you. Susan, I was just sharing a little while ago about your wonderful retreat that's coming up. And how much fun that's going to be. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've never been more excited for a retreat than I am for this one, because it's really going to challenge us in a way that is going to be very exciting. And yes, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Okay. But yes, just adding these transfers in over, like adding some of the leaves and other transfer elements over top of where we painted, again, creates layers and dimension. I pulled this one out too, and I just thought it was so, yeah, I feel like it needs that too. And maybe just a little touch of this somewhere, maybe like coming out of that. My watch is telling me it's time to stand up. So we got almost all of our orders done today, shipped and ready to go. They're on their way to you guys. We're waiting for another shipment from Fusion to come in, and then we'll finish up those. Know when to hold them and know when to walk away. Okay, so now let's do the really, really pretty part. I love the way that this vase was done. I've got some golden ticket. Hi, Mary Renee. I did not know that I would, well, you know what, Karen, some might say that we are true botanists here, right? Okay, so I have golden ticket. And remember those chalk lines that I drew that my arm erased? This is so cool because you don't have to do anything but be able to create pumpkin lines. That's all. And then have a baby wipe handy in case you mess up. Susan, as long as you're here, why don't you drop a link to the event, your event page in October. I mean, you guys, look at, I am truly doing just the simplest line work on here. And it's all over the place. But that is a cool look. I'll probably come in and go over this again so that I've got a little bit more of an intense gold going on here. And I think that I will probably give a little bit of darkness to, let me check my comments. Oh, I love a challenge. Yes, I think, you know something? We'll never grow unless we get outside of our comfort zone, right? No growth happens within the safety of our comfort zone. Keep that in mind, you guys. It never will happen. And as we begin to explore our artistic abilities, and we want to be able to stretch and grow ourselves. We want that to happen. I'm looking at this in my computer screen, and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, I got a little bit of this. This is black velvet. It might be a little dark here. We'll see. But I want to But see, guys, always, you know, use your fingers, use, use some baby wipes to blot things, and it'll all be okay. It's all gonna be fine. Even when I stress myself out, I just think, oh, now why did I do that? But then it's all gonna be okay. It's just painting, you guys, right? It's only painting. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, the other thing that we'll do we have any other questions, you guys? I am going, oh, thank you, Tommy. You don't let yourself try. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. It can be it can feel paralyzing, can't it? When you are faced with attempting something new, Karen. I get that. I understand. That's it's something we all struggle with. Look at that gold. What? That is so cool. So you're not the only one, and don't feel like you're the only one, because every one of us that has ever experienced any growth in our creative life, it's been because we've been willing to get outside of our comfort zone and do something different than we've ever done before. And lo and behold, what do you discover is that, wow, like I did this. Like I actually did something I never thought that I could do before. And even if I'm not perfect at it the first time or the second time or the third time, guess what? You know what? You at least have tried. And to me, that is like, that's the cool thing about it. And you kind of let go of some of that fear and realize that when you get past the attempt, that it's really okay. You survived it, I guess is what I want to say. You survived it. Thank you, Linda. I did this for you guys today. I really did. I was feeling like I just wanted to just play and be a little loose and show you, you know, I've never painted one of these paintings before. This is the first time, but I was willing to try it, and I'm okay. If it didn't look okay, guess what? Just like the words that were under here before, I painted over it. I could paint over this if I didn't like it, and it's going to be okay. Remember, guys, it's only paint. It's only paint. But the effort is the important part. The willingness to try something new and different. Feels good to be in a safe place, doesn't it? It feels really awesome to be in a place where, you know, we're not challenged. We just kind of do our thing and get along with life. But after a while, that can be a little bit boring too. And there's no growth there. And I'm speaking to myself while I'm saying this, you know. Well, there is our Anthro Inspired piece. What do we think? I'm good with it. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I will come back to this and I'll look at it tomorrow or Wednesday when I come back into the shop, and I'll think about it, and like I'll come and add a little bit here or a little bit there, or I'll see something and think, oh, I should have done that differently or whatever. But today was totally about just playing and seeing what I could do with this. But there it is. There's the first piece to our gallery of Anthropology Inspired Pieces. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out here. I've kept you a long time. I promise you it won't be so long on Wednesday. Wednesday will be in the basement where we're gonna work on finishing up that dresser with the inlay. And then Friday, would you believe Friday is July, right? And you know what is coming in July? Christmas in July. And we are going to do it again this year. So stay tuned for lots of fun surprises in July on Mondays and Fridays while we just kind of unpack some fun new Christmas projects and think about decorating early and preparing for your booths and sales and gifts and just your own home decor. So I hope you'll join us all through July, Mondays and Fridays. All right, so you guys, we will see you in the basement, and we do love you. We love you so much. Thank you, Karen. And you guys, I'm just so not the C word. I know. Oh my goodness. But I will throw a collection list. I'll finish that up and get that put into the pinned comments. And oh my gosh, I just want to get a color. I want to get a finish on this and see how those colors become more vibrant. That is so pretty. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. I will get that collection list together so that you can see all the colors that I used and the brushes and link to all of that good stuff. So thank you, you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are.